Hey, June.
Hey, how you guys doing today on this wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving? First and foremost, I want to say happy Thanksgiving in my Spanish accent. And then I want to say happy Thanksgiving in the regular English. So anyway, we got my main man, 500 grand, Frank in the building. We got Nikki that says always naughty in the right-hand corner. And we got Bree. She's back in Jacksonville. She's in my hometown because it's no longer hers because she's all the way in Cali. So, hey, Thanksgiving, and let's get this rolling.
Go ahead, Bree. Take it away.
Oh, I was gonna. How's everybody doing today, Frank? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Outstanding.
Nikki, how you doing?
I'm blessed and highly. Oh, I still got my pimple patches on. Hold on, I'm just
Hmm.
gonna take them off.
Yeah.
Got some nasty back.
How we nasty? I have mine on. I thought you wore it just to wear it.
Uh-uh.
Like, I mean, I thought you had it on, like you have it on for a reason. Nobody's judging you.
Like a style or something,
It's
right?
off. The
June, how
one.
you doing?
I'm doing amazing.
Okay. So we're gonna recap week 12. Last weekend was a crazy weekend in both college and in the NFL when it came to these wins. And I came up with a theory because Florida State's doing so bad. If Florida State wins this week, everyone's losing. Because that's literally what basically happened. All right, so on Thursday, November 21st, the Browns defeated the Steelers 24-19. On Sunday, November 24th, the Bucks defeated the Giants 30-7. Chiefs defeated the Panthers 30-27. Cowboys defeated the Commanders 34-26. Dolphins defeated the Patriots 34-15. Titans defeated the Texans 32-27. Lions defeated the Colts 24-6. Vikings defeated the Bears in overtime 30-27. Broncos defeated the Raiders 29-19. Packers defeated the 49ers 38-10. Seahawks defeated the Cardinals 16-6. And the Eagles defeated the Rams 37-20. And on Monday, November 25th, the Ravens defeated the Chargers 30-23. Now, when it came to our weekly pickups, June, Nikki, and Frank all tied with 9 correct predictions. I had 7 correct predictions. The total score, Nikki with 110, June with 111, Frank with 116, and me with 118. So
I fell behind by one. All right.
you
I'm
fell
gonna give it to
behind by
them.
one. You fell behind by one. Now,
When I
our
was
nominees,
only behind by 4 from person number one. I gotta get it together. I got it now.
for Belt to Ass Games of the Week, and then we're each going to vote for our Belt to Ass Game of the Week. Our nominees are Bucks defeating the Giants 30-7. Our second game is Dolphins defeating the Patriots 34-15. Our third game, Lions defeating the Colts 24-6. Our fourth game, Packers defeating the 49ers 38-10. Our fifth game, Seahawks defeating the Cardinals 16-6. Oh no, that's not Bell to ask. My apologies. Our last game, Eagles defeating the Rams 37-20. Now, Frank, out of those games, which game are you voting for Bell to
Those
ask
are a
game of
lot
the
of games. I didn't realize that many games. Ooh, I think I might go Eagles Rams. I think Eagles Rams for me it was belt to ass only because the Rams is making a run, right. They've been winning games. They've been doing what they got to do. Eagles flew to L.A. um and whooped them. And not only that,
week?
Saquon put over 300 yards of total yards on their ass as one player. He had
That was
he had more yards than
he
some team had.
single-handedly did. He
Yeah.
single-handedly handed Bell to ask by himself.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with that. I think that's the best game to the equate a overall dominating win in the right fashion and just them
Jill
take.
want to smile so bad.
It's the truth, though. I mean, it was two good teams. I think it was good.
Mhm.
That's my
Um,
that's my pick.
I'm also picking the Eagles and Rams for Bell to ask him the week only because of the caliber of both teams and how they are in their divisions and in the conference. Um, I can't give it to the Packers and 49ers because the 49ers had 30 starters out, basically, you know. Um, And then also the Giants just lost. Daniel Jones and Tommy DeVito came in. Can't give it really to them. And also the Dolphins and Patriots. Even though Drake May looks good, and that team is just still so young, you know. So um, that's my belt to ask game of the week is the Eagles and Rams with Saquon Barkley doing the belt to ask. Nikki, your belt to ask game of the week?
Mine is the Niners. Mine's got to be the Niners. Who the fuck? How many people out? Um, I don't think the Packers is a terrible team, but I would never have them on the same caliber. The reason mine is the Niners is not particularly that game, it's their season altogether, right? Their season altogether is very disappointing. Um, and I think it's okay to lose, but they lost. And it ain't the first game that they've lost. I don't know. There's something they got to get together because even when it and this is not a big game, right? Not in my mind, but when they got one person out, two people out of big games, they can't find a way to win games. You get what I'm saying? So there's a bigger problem, or at least there's things that they need to address because if you're losing games like that in the season, by the time we get to the postseason, you know what I mean? A lot of injuries have happened. People ain't the same. Other teams that ain't the same. I mean, people that have been injured, been gone for a little bit, and they're only coming back, or their debut is for postseason. And the thing with the 49ers for me is postseason, they don't find ways to win. So if you're losing like that during the season, like getting belt to ass by the fucking Packers, oh Lord.
Packers is a
Because
good
I'm not. That's not what I said. I'm not saying they're not. And I say that. I just don't think they're on the same level of caliber. You know what I mean? And they're out here embarrassing folks. I don't know. The Niners just. I just feel like they need more right now. And I'm not. Again, I'm not talking about just that game. I'm talking about the whole season. Like, come on, bro. But that's my game.
Yeah,
Jim. Go
hold up
ahead.
real quick on the game, right? Because I looked it up. The score says one thing, but Allen had more passing yards than Jordan Love. The only difference is he threw one touchdown, one pick. Jordan Love threw two touchdowns. That they have
And he
five
had two
fumbles.
broken fingers. And he played with two broken fingers too.
Who?
Allen.
Oh, so and they had five fumbles with two lost and three recovered. So that's three turnovers in the game. You know what I'm saying? If
Don't forget they had like six head start or false starts in a row.
then on top of that, they just said Fred Warner's been playing with
A broken ankle.
yup, a fractured ankle this whole time, bro. It's crazy. So, yeah, I agree with Nikki. About they should still show up and play, and it's one of those things where like June says, they're professionals. But looking at the numbers, man, I think that if you reduce those turnovers, it could have been a different game. You
Well,
know?
the issues, I feel like it should have been a different game, and I get it.
That defense
Shit.
was that defense was ass, but the defense was ass because the only starter was Fred Warner.
Yeah.
Listen, I go back to what I said. It's not particularly just that game. You get what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
no, no.
I didn't even pick them to win. And regardless of how, like, I have teams and we all have teams where we like, oh, this team is gonna win and they lose or whatever. But they weren't even my predictions because how they've been playing throughout the year. So
Jim, you're about to ask game of the week.
Well, I hate to say it, but I really don't hate it. So yeah, I have to go with my birds. Frank said it best. I mean, how can you not? He went all the way across the nation to go break the franchise record, which now McCoy had for forever, and he goes across the nation to break it. So that's the main sole reason I'm gonna go with the Eagles. Um, and I'm not gonna go too far from the what do you call it? The Lions and the Colts game. I mean, it was the Lions went to Indiana, they dominated in Indianapolis, and Indianapolis is not a they're not a trash team, so to speak. So they dominated in fashion. They kept them from scoring. I mean, a touchdown. So I'm gonna go with the Eagles for that reason, and we could break down the other game later.
All right, so next we're all going to pick one game this week that we are going to recap and talk about. Not even really much recap, but just what you thought about it, and what game you watched that you liked or didn't like, etc. So we'll start with June. We'll go backwards and start with June.
Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and beat a dead horse for the Eagles, but I'm go ahead and continue with the Lions, right? So again, so you take these Lions, and they're arguably the best team in the NFL. Goff has a hell of a game. He doesn't throw no pass touchdowns or whatnot. 26 for 36. No turnovers, right? That's the key. That's the key stat right there that I would focus on when it comes to Goff and the Colts. I mean, and the Lions. There were no turnovers with the damn Lions. Gibbs had 90 yards. However, they did lose Montgomery. So Montgomery and Gibbs, they were that 1-2 punch that they had in the backfield. So how they adjust with that, I would like to see moving forward. And then every other receiver, even though they were kept under 70 yards, they still were able to dominate the game. Again, it was, what is it right here? 24-6 with Indianapolis, with Richardson back there. He wasn't tired. He didn't tag nobody and say, hey, come in, little woozy. Flacco stayed in the bench. So Detroit Lions, they still, we talked about it before. I'm sure we'll talk about it later. They still got the edge on the Eagles when it comes to opposition. And right there, I think they kept that mark. So that's the game right there that I probably have to break down. Not too much, but enough for people to understand, like, damn, the Lions are a very consistent team right now. And that's the team right now that consistency has to keep on going.
Nikki?
What was the question, Bree?
Just pick a game you would like to speak about that you watched this past week.
Then I only watched the Eagles game.
Why are you making that face?
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to remember. I think I only watched the Eagles game. The only thing I will say is this, right? Another man's trash will be somebody else's treasure, right? And I think I see when I feel like somebody gets shitted on, I think it's great when they flourish. When somebody else have faith in that person, and then they really end up flourishing in their new home. And of course, everybody know I'm talking about Saquon Barkley, right? We talk so bad about other teams, and like, for example, we talk bad about the Cowboys. Jerry Jones sucks and da 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 da, right? Oh, he don't. This season they didn't draft anybody. They didn't try to pick up anybody in the offseason, all that other extra stuff, right? But the Giants had a gem. They had shit. Now you could probably say they had two, and they slated them. We need to move on. We need to move on. And now they're in the team flourishing. He's in the team flourishing. And again, this is the best numbers he's had since you count the years. It's good for the Giants. And I think it's very good for Saquon. So I'll give a hand of applause. Clap, 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 clap. To the Eagles. That's about the only time you'll hear me say something nice. And it was really about Saquon Barkley. It wasn't the Eagles altogether. So
He plays for us. So he plays for us.
What happened? First of all, this is my clip. This is me talking about my stuff. Don't do that.
Part.
Why do you think she wearing green?
Huge hater.
Bree, stop. Why do you think you wearing green?
It ain't green. It's lime. It's lime. It's
she
lime.
That last part. That last part made her sound like a hater.
No.
She a Jalen Hurts, an Eagles fan, low key, just don't want to say it.
Y'all dirty, because it was my time to talk about my take, and that's what I did. Why everybody had to interject? Oh, and another one, and it's not even a team, right? It's just same thing goes for this team. The mother freaking Jets. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's keep it moving.
All right, Frank.
I guess I'm gonna talk about the there's two games but I could talk about. But I'll go with this one. Titans versus Texans.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, since you guys already, we beat the Eagles down.
I thought you were gonna talk about. I was hoping you picked that one so I could bring up the other one.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I had something to say about that too, but go ahead.
So to me, I was very, Nikki brought up a good point a few weeks ago. And she was like, do you think that these teams got Stroud figure out? And I said, of course, they got some film on him now. I don't think that's the case. And I looked at the numbers, right? Joe Mixon never got going. He only had 22 rushing yards. And they gave up 132 rushing yards to the Titans. Passing, he had a okay game, 20 completion out of 33 attempts, 247 yards. He netted 220, and he had 2 picks and 2 tutties. I mean, they also got the damn Titans had an interception and 3 fumbles, and they lost 2 of those. They only recovered 1, so that's 3 turnovers to the 2, and they couldn't get it going. So I don't know if it's that they figured them out. I think what's happening is the team is actually running into what you call it, hurdles and obstacles that I don't think they were ready to face. And what I mean by that is, for one, the defense isn't holding up. Whenever you're giving 132 yards up rushing, that's not a good day. And on top of that, you gave up 237 yards in the air, 278 netted, 237. Like, at the end of the day, how do you expect to beat a team when you're not even stopping the run? And I think that if they want to make a statement, if it wasn't because they have such a lead in the South, they could be in trouble right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We could be looking we could potentially be looking at what they did last year to the Jags by coming back and taking over. Because
the Colts, being that team.
So if you look at it right now in the South, it's the Texans, then the Colts, and Titans, and then Jags.
Hold on. I got you.
So, in the conference, I say what? Oh, in the conference, they're
only host can share in the meeting.
Oh, I gotta give you the permission. Hold on. So I think that was a game for me where you had to come out with the win, a divisional game. You had to come out with the win. You didn't. You came up short. Looked frustrated at times. I don't like the call. Okay, yeah, thank you. I don't like the way the defense is playing. I think the defense is gonna have to play better because I don't think that offense is 100% rolling right now like it could be. So that's the game I would pick. Close game. I feel like it shouldn't have been that close. Texans should be playing better, but I do feel like there's some disparity there on that part.
They said on Twitter, they said CJ Stroud ain't played the same since he linked up with Amber Rose in the off season.
Facts.
He's struggling.
Okay. Now the game I want to talk about, because I only watched like some of it, and then I have to go pick up Toby, was the Cowboys defeating the Commanders 34-26.
See, I'm my other one. That's the other one I was gonna go to.
Yeah, I was hoping. We'll all touch on that one together, since that one was probably the craziest ending of the game. But the one game I do want to just bring up really, really quick is I've never seen a team lose and nobody cares about the team that won. Everyone cares about how well and how much better the team that lost played. And that goes with the Chiefs and the Carolina Panthers. Yes, the Chiefs won that game, but it was so much hype, so much praise for the Panthers going toe-to-toe with the Chiefs, with Bryce Young being the 3rd quarterback in Patrick Mahomes' career to complete 75% of the completions against the Chiefs. Bryce Young, the 3rd quarterback this season to put up over 25 points against Patrick Mahomes and the strongest defense in the NFL. It was just so much praise. I love it. I love the praise for Bryce Young. He's just improving. And it's funny because I think him getting benched was really like was what was best for him, in a sense because he came back stronger, better than ever. And the team is all they all what's the word I'm looking for? Damn, they're coming together as a team, you know, and I'm really really grateful for that for him. Yeah, no, that's my little baby. I love me some Bryce Young. So big shout out to the Panthers. When they play the Eagles, Drew, you better get ready. Get ready. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But all right, so the last game, I think this is the best game to save for last because what the heck was that?
You talking about
I
the
think that
Commanders one?
yes, yes. I think we need to add a new segment. What the heck was that game of the week?
You know, I don't know. And it's again 3 phases of the game, 3 phases. We got special teams, offense, defense. A lot of people don't put that much emphasis on special teams,
I don't know why.
but they make a big
Make
difference.
or break or the game.
So not only do you do a kickoff return and they return it back for a touchdown,
They
you
do it again.
score, and then you kick it again, and you kick it
An
that
onside.
onside kick. You kick it to the guy in the middle that nobody's protecting. He scoops and takes it back for a run. Like it's another touchdown. It's crazy how your special teams won you the game. Just imagine having that defense on fantasy.
Insane.
Very, very insane. And I think the sole reason for that onside kick touchdown was the sole reason of the kicker missing that field goal.
Yep.
Because that game could have easily just went into overtime, you know? But him missing that field goal like really, really hurt the team. Off topic, it was funny. NFL memes posted. So the kicker had a picture with his daughter, and it was her first time watching her daddy play football. And they said her for her dad's first and last game. I mean, his daughter's first and last game watching, but they put him on IR.
Oh, the kicker, Fairbairn.
Yeah, they put him on IR. Someone
Oh,
said, did he get beat up too bad?
yeah, they're gonna yeah.
Yeah, but no, that game was crazy. I want to say Jaden Daniels and the Commanders had 9 points up into the last like 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Divisional games are rough, you know, and no matter how good your team is doing versus an opponent in your divisional games, they see you twice a year. They know you better than any other team outside of your division. You know, they study you guys the most. So it's just crazy, you know? It's just crazy. All right. All right, that's it with our quick little recaps. That's good. We left that at 14 minutes, so that's good. All right, so the first topic we have is Ravens won convincingly against the Chargers. Should we keep believing?
So I
You
feel
want to tie that in hand with the Steelers?
it could be
AFC North?
yeah, we could do two takes on that. It's
Okay.
so on one hand you got this. Well, let's do the Ravens first. Let's focus on the Ravens.
Okay.
Take them serious. This is the problem with the Ravens. I don't know if I should take them serious because they do this in these games, and then the games they're supposed to do it in, they don't do it in. So, like for example, the Browns. They should have beat the Browns. They didn't. They got what 4 losses on the season? 4,
Mm-hmm.
and the losses they have are the teams.
The Browns, the Raiders, the Chiefs, and the Steelers.
Yeah, that we feel okay with the Steelers exception because they have a good record and they playing well. Everybody else, you probably should have beat. The Chiefs came down to a toe tap. But
Hell, Bryce Young almost beat the Chiefs.
exactly. So, but hell, the Broncos almost beat them. It came to a blocked field goal. So
the Panthers came to a field goal.
So I don't know if I'm ready to say not to take them serious. They need to still win convincingly to me. I think that this week, if they can pull out a win against the Eagles in Baltimore, then I'm gonna take them serious. In my opinion, that right now I'm not gonna take them serious because it's 4 losses, and when they lose bad. They play bad. Lamar, even in this first game, I didn't watch all of it on Monday, but he was overthrowing shots. Like the first quarter, he wasn't himself. After that, he figured it out. But in the losses, he's overthrowing passes. He's not hitting the receivers. That he's playing like when we see Lamar play, like he just came out of college and doesn't know what he's doing. This is a two-time MVP.
It's when he's playing these like top defenses,
Yeah, like
because you
he's
have the
two-time
Chiefs.
NFL MVP, a unanimous one. He needs to be.
We'll see.
I need to see more of him. I need to see more of him. So I'm not going to take him serious. Not right now.
All right,
Jim?
so I'm gonna say
Oh,
this. Right? Oh, okay. Go ahead, Joe.
No, go ahead, Nikki. I'm
So
good.
I'm indifferent, right? I'm indifferent because I don't know if I'll take them serious and I don't know if I won't. I think their inconsistency, because that's the word we're looking for. It's a little, it makes you scratch your head a little bit. I do believe, and I've always believed, in any given Sunday, shit, the Panthers, I don't take them serious anyway, and they've won some games. The Pats, right? It was said that Pats weren't going to win one game this season, and they've won games, right? So I understand about any given Sunday. I think my issue with them is the same way I just said about the Niners. I think the expectation, the bar of expectation is set, and when you don't meet it, it's more disappointing to instead of the bar that was very low and you find one way to climb on top of the bar, right? I think Lamar, and this is partially true. He needs to settle down because he has thrown a lot of overthrown balls. If some of those balls were on target, we'll be talking about something totally different. You get what I'm saying? He's thrown a lot of overthrown balls, right? So I'm not going to say I've given up. I'm not going to say they're not believable. I think they need to settle down and come up with some kind of consistency. All I got.
Jim?
I agree. I agree with man. We spoke about this on all sides as well. It's almost like I thought that the chemistry was there. I thought that the beginning of the season was the excuse time frame for them because they weren't playing with Derrick Henry. So I gave them that excuse. I made up that excuse for them. Hey, you know what? The chemistry isn't there, but once they start rolling, they're going to be unstoppable. And in the next few games, I was like, there you go. My logic was there, and they're rolling. And then Lamar was playing like he played in the playoffs, where he was expected to win, but didn't know what to do when he was supposed to do what he does. So I'm kind of echoing what Frank said. I'm just saying it in my words. And I think two things are going to happen on this Sunday, and we're going to change the narrative of the MVP a little bit. We're going to see if the Ravens are for real, and we're going to see who the MVP of the season is going to be. Is it going to be Saquon or is it going to be Derrick Henry? Because they're both neck and neck. Though Saquon got a little bit more yards right now than Derrick, they're both in the run to possibly break the record. The only thing is Derrick Henry has 3 more touchdowns than Saquon. So those are my 2 takes when it comes down to that game and what I think about the Ravens.
I like that.
I like that too. I think Josh Allen's going to get it though. Maybe. I think. Well, I want Saquon to get it. I want Saquon to get it so bad. June. Someone said my daughter's going to be real mad when I name her Saquon.
If they put an E at the end, it's cool.
Hey, remember that TikTok I showed you of that crazy Eagles fan before the game?
Yeah.
NFL posted him on TikTok. I gotta show you that video. Yeah, the actual NFL TikTok page. But the next topic are the Steelers contenders? And we'll start with Nikki.
Nikki.
I think the same will be said for the Steelers. I think the Steelers is doing better than my expectation. And not because they're a bad team, you know what I mean? Obviously, they're not bad because Buster Pollard has never had a losing season. I I think they're just finding ways to win, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Um, so I don't know. I don't know if I will 100% they're contenders, but I won't say that they're not. They haven't
Okay.
proven anything to say that they're not. But I don't know if I'll say hands down, no questions asked, blah blah blah. You know.
Okay. Before Frank goes, I just have something to play with us. Tell me if you have to hear this.
Fuck the Ravens, go Steelers, girl.
That was Frank.
So
I'll
yes,
save it
so to
forever.
put context, we was talking, she kept calling me a hater.
He
And
is.
I
And
said,
then
I'm
I was
not a
like, you're not a
hater.
hater. I
And,
told him, you're not a hater, say that. Because
so I said it.
he said, I'm always rooting for your team. I
I
said,
do it,
okay.
and I support, but I'm being realistic, right?
Yeah.
Look at the game against Cleveland.
Oh, yeah,
Steelers,
that was
in my opinion, should have won that game too. And you get a team like Cleveland that doesn't have anything to lose, is a divisional game in the snow, and it's they both and the thing is these teams are not dome teams. So playing in the snow is something they should be accustomed to be playing, right? Um, I'm looking at
right, but it went from 80 degrees to 20-degree blizzard in a matter of 3 minutes.
like, Russell was.
It wasn't supposed to snow. No one prepped for it. That's the thing.
Listen, it's football. You know what I mean?
It
Like
is.
Russell went 21 of 28, 270, one touchdown. The rushing game total yardage was 120 between Warren, Harris, Fields, and Russell was 120 yards. Jameis went 18 of 27 with no touchdowns and an into and 219 yards. And Nick Chubb had 2 rushing touchdowns, and they had 85 yards total rushing. So in the sense, the numbers go in the favor of the Steelers, right? Like they had more passing yards, they had more rushing yards. I'm assuming time possession is probably going to be on Pittsburgh.
Tomlin messed us up by not taking that penalty, declining the penalty.
Yeah, and it just came down to it. So I think this week they're playing another divisional person. They're playing the Bengals. We know the Bengals can put up points. If the Steelers pull out the win convincingly, I'll give them the contender shot because
if the Steelers pull out the win, you'll give them the contender shot.
Convincingly, not some, not some like they gotta.
A win is a win.
Yeah, you're right. But we want to see them. I need to see something, because what I'm worried about is this: they get into the playoffs, which right now they should be in the playoffs. They're the number one team in their division. I don't see them losing that unless they go on a losing streak, which I don't see happening. Right? They have a few tough games. They got the Eagles coming up. They also
you got the Chiefs. W.
So I think that when they get into the playoffs and they go against these teams that might be coming around and put all these extra points up, can they match up?
I'm gonna say something. Real quick. Okay. So yes, I do think we're contenders, right? Mm-hmm. I do, and on the sole reason of our head coach and our organization, the way it's constructed, I think bringing in Arthur Smith and letting go of Matt Canada was the best thing for us to happen 1 year ago yesterday. Happy anniversary to me. And the offseason moves that we made, it made our team a lot better, right? We are finding ways to win, whether it's by only kicking field goals or whether it's by Russell throwing 4 touchdown passes and our defense getting 2 picks, etc. We're finding ways to win. Ugly wins or great wins, we're finding ways to win. Now, I would say when it comes to the playoffs, with the way these teams in the AFC are looking right now, we have it easier. It will be easier for us in the playoffs versus the NFC, The only team I'm worried about in the AFC when it comes to winning that are more than likely making the playoffs is the Bills, right? They're the only team that we haven't really seen have a struggled game, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. With the way that they're playing. We've seen the Chiefs, they're not as hot as they were these last few years when it comes to their games. Yes, they're winning and finding ways to win as well. But Patrick Mahomes isn't the same Patrick Mahomes that he was a year or 2 years ago. So I would say being in the AFC this season and making the playoffs would be smoother for us this season than it was last season, if that makes sense. I do think that we are a playoff team. I do think that there's some stuff that we need to fix and work on, but I am a believer in Russell Wilson. I am a believer in TJ Watt. I am a believer in Arthur Smith and Art Rooney and Mike Tomlin and Chris Boswell and Danny Smith, my special teams coach.
Yeah, he's been doing good. Your special team.
Hey, that's my 70-year-old, my 70-year-old man. Before the Steelers, he was the special teams coach for the Eagles. And then he came to the Steelers in 2011.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Who's next?
I'm a different clock. June?
I'll tell you what, look, I'm not that guy that is gonna sit here
And
not,
be a hater.
and be a hater, right? Because I haven't been a hater on your squad this entire year. But I think I'm realistic when I say this. I was a believer to an extent, right? Because I think we spoke about it a lot, and you guys made me a believer. The only thing that changed just a little bit is your upcoming schedule and your last loss. And the reason I'm going to say that is because you guys had an opportunity to solidify a playoff berth by beating the Browns last week. But now you guys are playing the Bengals, which they don't have shit to lose but win, and they have to win out if they want to be like contenders. So you already know they're going to bring that A game. And can you really sustain a shootout with Burrow if they get hot, right? That's just in my mind. And then let's just say you lose that game, right? Let's just say that. Now you got the Browns. The Browns are playing again, which Jameis Winston is going to come back. He's going to come back with this great motivational speech. And again, they don't have nothing to lose. And then you got the Steelers, then you got the Ravens, then you got the Chiefs, then you got the Bengals again. So that's what my concern is. But I think you guys will make a run for the playoffs. I just don't think that you guys could have afforded last week's loss.
Okay. Oh, where did I go? Sorry, I had to put my guy back here so he's walking up to attack June. Right now. He's walking up to attack June.
I don't know why. I'm just being nice.
Okay. Fun fact, really quick, Deebo Samuel is holding a football camp on June 13th, 2025 in Bakersfield at Bakersfield High School. It's free if anybody wants to fly to Bakersfield and come to a football camp and meet Deebo Samuel with me. You guys are more than welcome to, because I'm fucking going. I don't care. I'm gonna ask him why he dressed like that. And then the last topic we have is Malik Nabers, Mr. Gum Chewing Smacking. So he makes comments about the team play. Was he wrong for it? I will say the only thing he was wrong for is smacking that gum the way he did. I think he could have answered the questions a little better, but he didn't lie. He said, we don't have DJ and we're getting the same outcome, so you tell me what's the issue. Mm-hmm. Is that a lie?
No, I'm gonna tell you. When I asked Pete this question, I thought his approach was gonna be different, and he said, "No, I'm glad he spoke up. He said his piece, and I'm glad he did too."
He didn't lie. Then he also said the coaches ask him what plays do you want to run, what routes do you want to run. He tells them they don't draw up them plays until they're down 30-0, and then that's when he's finally getting the ball after the coaches are asking him, what route do you want to run? What play do you want to run? He tells them, and they don't do it until they're down 30-0.
Yeah,
and then now he wants to get the ball.
That's what I was gonna
say.
So
when they said, why is that? And he said, you need to go as Dabes. Go as Dabes. Don't ask me as Dabes.
I don't see nothing wrong with what he's saying. And here's why. I'm not a big fan of players talking about teams to the media. I'm not a fan of that. I feel like that should be done in the locker room. But at this point, this franchise, when they went on Hard Knocks, opened themselves up for the criticism and the critique that they're getting, right? Going back to Saquon real quick, he wouldn't be having this year in the Giants. His stats was not going to be like this on the Giants. He probably would have been injured because they don't have an offensive line. They don't really have weapons. So all these Giants fans are like, oh, he left us. And the GM, no. Saquon made a choice. The numbers were not that far off from what the Giants offered to what he was getting. And he went to the Eagles because he saw the opportunity to play on a team where, guess what? I can eat. I can be supportive. I can be protected. This is the best offensive line he's played behind. This is the best wide receivers he's played behind. And I'm not going to say best quarterback because he played with Eli. Eli got 2 Super Bowls, so I got to give him his credit. But Jalen's a very different, diverse quarterback than Eli. He has a good tight end in Goddard. He's having how he spoke.
It was an ad.
No, a neighbor speaking what he said about the Giants was 100% on point. And I think they should ask those questions. Like you said, don't come to me when we getting blown out and ask me what routes I want to run. You should have been given. Was it June or was it Pete that said it? Because it was he said like they were giving CeeDee Lamb the ball out the backfield. The Cowboys was that's their best weapon. So use your best weapon. If you got to put him in at running back, put him in at running back. If you got to do screen passes, do screen passes. If you got to do whatever, just get him the ball. If you're gonna lose, at least go out losing on the hands or the back of your best player. So I don't disagree with him.
June, Nikki?
I think I'm like I don't know. I'm kind of torn about stuff like this. And the only reason I say I'm torn because it's his first year here, and sometimes you get put in a situation. Look at Baker Mayfield, right? You got put in the Cleveland Browns when they were trashed, right? And he was able to kind of put that franchise in a situation where they could have done something in the playoffs. And then he goes somewhere else and he's doing something right now, right? Because he worked his ass off to get there. And you got Metcalf, right? Hell of a receiver. He's in a situation where um I guess where I'm going at with this is if you're a receiver, you get put in situations where franchises where you're not going to get what you want when you want it at all times. Right now, you got your dream was playing in the NFL. That's one. Two, what are you going to do to make the team better? Because criticizing your own team publicly is not going to get there. And and three, in my opinion, you're a rookie. I think you still have a whole lot to learn. You haven't been there long enough to sit there. I would take your concern and your criticism. Yes, I would take it seriously because you're one of our star players. But there's different ways to voice it, man. I think I would have took him a little bit more serious if we was smacking that gum on the fucking camera.
Yeah, the gum, I would say the gum smacking is what threw it off. But June, okay, so I want to use your Baker Mayfield went to the Browns, right, and made it better, right? But you also got to remember the year that Baker Mayfield went to the Browns, right? They had Kareem Hunt, they had Odell Beckham Jr., and they had Jarvis Landry. They went and formed that dream team to get Baker what he needs to look good, right?
Yeah, but
Now,
he didn't have
Malik
that the year
Nabers,
before.
yeah, but listen, they still had Jarvis Landry, they still had Kareem Hunt, you know?
And
And
they still were under
they still
500
had
team.
Miles Garrett. They still had a great defense. They didn't have a quarterback. They didn't have a quarterback before they drafted Baker Mayfield. Now, with Malik Nabers, yes, I agree. He's young. He's a rookie. He's in the league, right? He's playing with Tommy DeVito. You're supposed to be a star wide receiver.
I can't even take that
playing
name
with
serious.
Tommy DeVito. Listen, playing
I
with
can't
Tommy
take that name
DeVito.
serious.
Playing with Tommy DeVito that has no O-line. You don't have a star running back, right? You don't have a tight end at all. You have Singletary, right, who is somewhat good when it comes to getting the ball and then drops it 90% of the time, right? Y'all added Brian Burns with Sexy Dexy to beef up the defense, right? And they're doing all right, but it's not enough. He's frustrated, especially as a high draft pick, and I understand his frustration. I get that he's a rookie, but look at the situation he's in, look at the situation that he's in. If you don't remember, and what is it called? Hard Knocks, when they were interviewing all the players, and Brian Dable asked Rome Odunze, how do you feel about losing, right? And he was like, losing, it makes me work better and gets better and yada, yada, yada. And Dable was like, no, but when you lose, I want you, yes, that's true, but I want you to get upset about it. I want you to, take it because it's going to make you stronger and better. And it's going to make you want to win, So it's like when they're losing, he wants them to be mad. That way they come out hungry and come out with vengeance, He wants them to be mad when they lose, right? And now this man came out and talked about how he's frustrated with losing. It's like, what? I don't know. I don't get it.
Oh,
Plus, the Giants organization. What's that girl's name on ESPN? The light skinned girl. I forgot her name. I think it starts with a T. But she was talking about the Giants and the situation that they're in. The Giants called ESPN and told her to take back her take on the Giants. But mind you, she had the same take that Stephen A. Smith had. And I think you told me that, June, right? No, my mom. It was me and my mom. We were watching it. Stephen A. Smith had the same. Stephen A. Smith went in on the Giants. Everyone's having the same take on the Giants, and then they called ESPN and had the oh my god, what's her name? She's a light skinned girl. She's I forgot her name. I think it starts with a T. But they called and told her to take back her statements and her comments about the Giants, and I don't appreciate that.
yeah, she. I forgot her name. I know Ryan Clark stood up for her and helped out. And Molly got loud with Ryan, and Ryan was like, "Yo, don't get loud with me. Like, relax."
Damn, for real? On live here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, I missed that
I'm
one.
trying to find it. I thought I shared it.
Oh, June, the girlies were fighting. Me and mommy were watching. The girlies were fighting. The girlies.
I'll tell you what, though. I think we all know that it's bigger than the head coach right now in New York. And I think if he would have called somebody out, he should have called out the GM, maybe the owner, maybe the other franchise. I mean, not franchise, the other stockholders, because I think it's way bigger than Dable right now. And we all seen it. Shit, it's on Hard Knocks. It's recorded. We can rewatch it.
I personally think this is just my own personal preference, my own opinion. I think Dable is better as a QB coach or offensive coordinator than he is a head coach. I think he's more offensive coach worthy than head coach worthy. That's just my personal opinion. This is first time being head coach. Maybe it's just, but he's better as a quarterback coach or offensive coordinator. All right, we have some pictures real quick. Oh, Nikki, any takes on the whole Malik Nabers situation with his
Nope.
All right, we got some really, really quick pictures real quick, and then we'll do predictions.
I think I found it. I just zoomed in. I can't see her name.
I forgot her name.
Is this lady right? Oh, right here. Hold on. L. Duncan addresses hypocrisy in Giants drama. That's her.
Oh, I don't know why I said. Yeah, but the Giants called ESPN and wanted her to take
that Ryan Clark stood up for her. He spoke up with her, like in her favor. Like we supposed to talk about this. And Molly, that's the girl, right? The one that she started cutting him off or getting loud, and he said, I don't know who you getting loud with. Like, I don't know why you're yelling at me.
Because it was crazy because they didn't do the same thing with Stephen A. Smith when Stephen A. Smith went in on the Giants. They're not going to call ESPN
No,
and
yeah.
tell them,
Don't do that to her. That's what she did her job. She's supposed to report what she sees. I mean, that's what she get paid to do. I don't think that's wrong. Well, go ahead.
All right, so we have the AFC division standings after week 12. Buffalo leading the East, Pittsburgh leading the North, Houston leading the South, Kansas City leading the West.
This, I know we on time, and I'm trying to keep it under an hour, but the Jets and Aaron Rodgers, bro. I was telling Nikki this the other day, I think, when Nikki called me. James Jones stood up there on the facility and tried to advocate, saying that Rodgers still has football left to play. That based on his number, he's not washed. But Shady and everybody else like, yo, he's washed. Like the dude is done. And
then he had the nerve to say that he wants to play again in 2025, but with a different team.
Yeah, I would not take this money. Like, why would you know? You are an epic fail. He said his numbers. Like, I had to look this up because I wanted to see. So Mahomes got what? 18 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. I don't even know where this dude is at on the list. Where is he at? Hold on. Oh, the Jets. Aaron Rodgers has 17 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. So there he's better, right? I'll give him the credit. He's a better touchdown interception ratio. He has Like they try to make an argument that he's playing just as good as some of these guys, but because they're not winning, nobody's seeing it. No, the dude is trash right now, bro. Like it's crazy. But anyways, I just thought that was funny. Yeah, I think this is good. I think this is gonna change in the AFC. Um, I don't think the West is changing, and I don't think the East is gonna change. I think Pittsburgh needs to hold on real good because they got some tough
Oh,
games.
we gonna hold. I'm making sure. Look, I'm the conductor. We hold it on tight. I'm driving the ship. We good.
And honestly, I could see the AFC South maybe changing if the Texans keep losing games like they're losing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Colts can do what they did to the Jags last year, and it kind of eclipsed them.
Real quick, Antonio Pierce is getting heat because they play this Friday against the Chiefs, and he said we're the worst team in the NFL about to play the best team in the NFL, and people think he shouldn't have never called his team the worst team in the NFL.
Why not? Why not? You see, this is the issue I have. You got to be real. He's a real person. They're trash right now. And they are going against one of the best teams. I don't think they are the best team in the NFL. I think the Lions, I would give them the edge. But in the AFC, they are the best team. They're the 10-1 team. They're in the division. And he's right. But I would say that to piss my players off. Like, yo, they told me y'all don't got a chance. Like, y'all suck. Like, y'all can't even stop him. Like, y'all scared of him. That's what I would be doing. Because I just saw the Panthers take him down to a fucking field goal.
Yes, for real.
To a field goal. And even Patrick Mahomes said Bryce Young plays well, had me scared.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's time people put the Chiefs on notice. The Chiefs fans and all these people don't want to count them out because they always find a way to win. But I'm always saying, when is that time come in the game when you can't pull out that win because of a flag, because of a block field goal, because of a toe tap over? Again, if the dude would have wore white shoes, it would have been 0-1 and Ravens been 1-0 in the beginning of the season. So,
All right, NFC standing divisions after week 12. Philadelphia's leading the East, Detroit's leading the North, Atlanta's leading the South, and the Seahawks are leading the West.
the West can change, the South can change, North ain't changing. I don't see them changing. And the East, I think Philly is going to run with it, especially with the troubles that we see the Commanders having now that they're not winning some of these games that they should be winning. It sucks, man, that Dallas isn't playing like it should, and the Giants never eclipsed anything because I think the East could have been a very good division. If we're seeing how the Commanders came out, just imagine get the Cowboys to be playing better and the Giants to be playing better. That'd be scary. But look at the North: 10-1, 9-2, 8-3. The West,
That's
6
good.
5, 5-6, 5-6. All those teams right there in the West, in the next four or five games, can change it all around.
They really can. Come on, Kyler. Come on, Kyler. Come on, look, Kyler. All right, so this is the playoff picture after week 12. The number 1 seed, AFC, Kansas City, NFC, Lions, wild card rounds. The number 2 Bills will face the number 7 Broncos. The number 2 Eagles will face the number 7 Washington. The number 3 Steelers will face the number 6 Chargers. The number 3 Seahawks will face the number 6 Green Bay Packers. And then the number 4 Texans will face the number 5 Ravens, and the number 4 Falcons will face the number 5 Vikings. In the hunt on the AFC, Dolphins, Colts, Bengals. And the hunt in the NFC, Cardinals, Bucks, Rams, 49ers.
Let's see. I mean, I think that's how I think it's going to run through Kansas City, to be honest. But we'll see. I think in the NFC, when it comes down, and me and Pete talked about this, June. We expect it to be Eagles and Lions in the NFC Championship. That's what me and Pete were saying.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to come down who has home field advantage, in my opinion, and who gets the penalties. Like, not the penalties, the turnovers, the mistakes.
Right.
That's what I think.
Hold on, y'all. My stand that I'm using to hold my iPad up there messed up. There we go. Yep. Okay, that's all right. Only lost last 7 games on Thanksgiving is the Lions, and they play today.
Man, this is interesting. Um, I think the line's on a different trajectory now. You know what I'm saying?
And
I think so. But this is another game. To me, Lions are one of those teams that just like the Chiefs, they if they lose, it's because they're beating themselves. Like they got lucky with that 5 interception game and still came back to win. Um, you're not gonna get many of those, so you can't make those mistakes. So I think it's pretty good.
all right, so being that it's Thanksgiving, we have a quick Thanksgiving game. Choose your Madden Thanksgiving squad, and these are all the teams that are playing this week or today for Thanksgiving. So you get to pick one player from each position between the Lions, Bears, Cowboys, Giants, Dolphins, and Green Bay Packers. You pick one quarterback, one running back, one pass catcher, and one defender. So we'll start with June. Pick
I'll
one
take,
of
damn. Is that Tua?
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays for the Dolphins. They played today.
I just want to make sure because I'm not picking him.
Yes, these
I'm
are
gonna
all
go
the
with
teams
Love.
on Thanksgiving. You're gonna go with Love?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna go with I don't know why Saquon is on here, but all right.
Because he's not playing today.
Oh, that's
These are
today.
all teams playing Thanksgiving.
I'm gonna go with Gibbs.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with St. Brown
Okay.
and Parsons. Mika.
Okay. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Jordan Love. Then I'm gonna go with Jameer Gibbs. I'm gonna then go with Amon-Ra St. Brown. And then for my defender, I'm gonna go with Xavier McKinney because he is going crazy in Green Bay right now. All right, Frank.
Out of the quarterbacks, I'm gonna go Goff. Honestly, I might just take the whole first line. Looking at it, and I mean,
Yeah,
if I'm gonna pick,
I was like, oh yeah, that's easy.
I'm gonna go with first line. I'm gonna go Lions. Only because it's been working. Jameer Gibbs, you got Amon St. Brown. Why change it up? I don't see if let's say he didn't have the team he had, I would mix golf up with other people. But I think what he got's working, so I'll stay with the first line.
Nikki.
I actually was going to say Lions as well.
It's hard, right? It's hard to pick it. Like I don't want to
But
mix.
if I was going to switch, I would have did I would just put Love and then the rest of what's it called. And not because um golf ain't doing well. I just think I'm liking right now. I'm really liking Jordan Love.
All right. So Sunday, week 12, big time throws. You have Caleb Williams with 5 big time throws, Bryce Young with 5 big time throws, and then Sam Darnold with 5 big time throws. And big time throws, I looked this up, was like over, I think like 25-yard throws and more. Plus. All right. And then here are the semifinalists for the class of 2025 NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame. Let me zoom in. And there's a lot of people. You got Eric Allen, Jared Allen, Willie Anderson, Aquan Bolden, Jari Evans, Antonio Gates, James Harrison, Rodney Harrison, Torrey Holt, Luke, can never say his last name, Eli Manning, Robert Mathis, Steve Smith Sr., Terrell Suggs, Fred Taylor, Earl Thomas, Adam Vinatieri, Hines Ward, Ricky Waters, Reggie Wayne, Richmond Webb, Vince Wilfork, Stephen Winnisquee, Darren Woodson, and then Marshall Yonda.
These are all the
semifinalists.
semifinals. Okay. I don't know how many people they picking this year, and I'm really gonna be mad because I would love to
I
see.
think between 4 to 10.
I really would love to see Fred Taylor get in, and
Fred Taylor,
yeah,
Antonio Gates, James Harrison, Hines Ward,
I
Eli
don't think it's
Manning.
gonna happen, but um, 'cause, Eli's getting in. They're gonna if Eli doesn't get in first ballot, I'll be surprised. But
Oh,
Eli's
he's
um, they keep passing to Rodney Harrison, so we don't know. Torrey Hope might go in first. Steve Smith might go in.
yeah, Torrey Holt, yeah.
So it just depends. I don't know, but this is a good list. A lot of good players on this. A lot of great players. Anquan
Let's
Boldin, Steve Smith Sr., Terrell Suggs, Fred Taylor, Earl Thomas, Vinatieri, Hines
Hines Ward.
Ward, Reggie Ward, Ricky Waters, Reggie Wayne, all these guys.
They should just put all of them in.
It's gonna suck that they can't do everybody, but it is what it is. Um,
Wow,
I'm gonna
Ricky
send
Waters this whole time.
mhm.
them an email and ask them, what do I have to do for everybody to get in this time? I'm gonna be like, what do y'all need from me? And then we have one more picture. I just forgot to add it. And it's the last picture. It's another Thanksgiving game, a quick little Thanksgiving game. Let me add it real quick. Share photos, Thanksgiving turkey. Here you go, Jim. Saquon's on this one, I think. No, yeah, yes. All right. So this is your Turkey Bowl squad. You pick one quarterback, two wide receivers, and then one flex. So quarterbacks, you have Mahomes, Jackson, Burrow, Allen. Pick two wide receivers, Sutton, McLaurin, Brown, Lamb, St. Brown, JSN, Chase, Jefferson, and you pick two flexes, Saquon, Henry, Bowers, or Kittle. And if you're smart, you'll pick one running back, one tight end. So I'll go first. I'm going to pick Josh Allen as my quarterback. As my two wide receivers, I'm going to pick Justin Jefferson and Amon-Ra St. Brown. And then as my flex, I'm picking Saquon and I'm picking Kittle. Jim.
I'm gonna all right. So the quarterback, I'm gonna go ahead and pick. I'm gonna pick Mahomes.
Okay.
For the receivers, I'm gonna go ahead and get Chase and Jefferson. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, hold on. I misspoke. Brown and Chase.
Okay.
And then for the flex, I'm gonna get Saquon and Henry.
Okay. No tight ends. I like that. Nikki?
It's okay. Well, who I'm picking for quarterback. I don't care.
Allen.
Yeah.
Got you.
No, I wasn't picking. I can pick two wide receivers.
Yes.
I actually like Chase and Jefferson.
And then pick two flexes. You have between running backs and tight ends. You could go two running backs, two tight ends, or mix them.
Well, I'm gonna do Saquon and I'm gonna do Kettle.
Okay. And Franklin.
I'm going Joe Shiesty, and I'm gonna give him Jay Jettis and Jamar Chase like he was in college.
Like LSU days?
Yep. And then
Like
June.
the Natty Championship days?
Yep. I was gonna do a running back and tight end. I was going to do that, but when June said Saquon and Henry, I just thought about that. You got
That's a good one.
beat it up, pause, kill that line, and the other one that's shifty and take off. You know what I'm saying? So I'll go Saquon and Henry.
Nice. All righty. That's it for our pictures. Happy Thanksgiving. Two cute little Thanksgiving games. I thought it was really cute. All right, now we're going to do our week 13 predictions. Our first game starts in about an hour. Toby, you have to wait. I'm doing predictions. Go. You wanted to go out? You're out. All right, so first game we have Lions at Bears. I went Lions. Frank?
Lions.
Nikki?
Nikolai.
Lions.
Jim?
Lions.
going base.
Though I didn't
Okay.
want to go. I'm gonna go with Lions.
Next, we have Giants at Cowboys. Frank.
I'm gonna go Cowboys, but they're 0-5 at home. It's crazy.
Nikki.
Hold them ball.
Nikki, you going to the game today?
Does it look like I'm going to the game?
I mean, the game don't start until 4:30.
Actually, I'm not going. It's cold as HE, and we're doing Thanksgiving.
Jim.
Cowboys.
Stay up there. Don't you get down. Okay, I also went Cowboys. Okay, June said Cowboys. Next, we have Dolphins at Packers. I went Packers. Frank,
Yeah, I went Packers at home, cold weather.
did you hear what their head coach said? How they prepped them for the cold? How he wanted to prep them for the cold?
No, what he do?
He wanted to just start throwing ice at them at practice to get them used to the cold.
What the
That's
hell?
not gonna get you used to the cold. That's gonna hurt you. But he
Jim,
should.
Dolphins.
Nikki,
Cheesehead.
huh?
Cheesehead.
Cheeseheads. She's going Packers.
Oh, I thought she said TK. I was like, what?
Whoa.
And in my head, I'm like, he's a Patriots fan.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, my phone locked. Next game on Friday, Black Friday, we have Raiders at Chiefs. Frank,
Chiefs.
Nikki,
Chiefs. No choice.
Jim.
He's going Raiders.
Chiefs. Stop.
I thought June fell asleep for a second. All right. And then on Sunday, December 1st, we have Steelers at Bengals. I want Steelers. Frank is going Bengals.
Oh, you know it. I'm glad you said it.
Nikki,
Yeah, I gotta go Bengals.
Jim.
Bengals.
Okay. Next, we have Colts at Patriots. Frank.
Oh,
I
I'm gonna go my tape. I'm gonna go Pats. I'm gonna go.
No, Frank is going Colts, okay? Because
I
they
said
need to
Pats.
win.
Y'all heard me say Pats.
They need to win, and Frank needs to go against them for them to win.
Nope. I'm gonna pick them. I'm gonna give them a chance. I'm gonna give them a chance.
Oh wow. I went Pats as well. June,
Colts.
Nikki.
Oh.
Next we have the Chargers at Falcons. Frank.
This is the one I didn't know, man. What?
I went Chargers.
What did the Falcons win last week?
The Falcons had a bye last week.
Okay, so they're coming off a bye. Why I don't see it here on Sal's Pick'em, bro? Fuck, man. You said shit, man.
I went Chargers. They have the Chargers favored by 1 point. So it's a toss-up game, actually. No, you're not coming out.
I'm gonna go shit. I'm gonna go Falcons at home. Fuck.
Nikki. Huh?
Chargers.
June.
Going Chargers.
Next, we have Seahawks at Jets. I want Seahawks. Frank.
Yeah, I want Seahawks.
Jim.
Yeah, Don Felix.
Did you hear him? He said Don Felix. That's what he calls my dad. And my dad's a Seahawks fan.
Okay, we're going to Hawks.
Junior, you're not allowed to call him that on the podcast. He's just dad.
That's my dude.
Next, we have Texans at Jacksonville. Frank.
I'm going Texans.
I want Texans as well. Nikki. Where did she go? Why is your camera off?
Come back to me. Come back to me.
All right, Jim.
In the Texans.
Jags at Texans. Or Texans at Jags.
I'm gonna go to the game. I made my decision, and I'm going to the game. And I usually bring Lux to the Jags, but they're gonna need a little bit more than me this time, so I'm gonna go with Houston.
Nikki.
Whoa. Hey.
I'm gonna go to Texans.
Oh, I know that broke her heart, bro. I know.
Yeah, it
Hey,
really did
playing
because
I'm torn right here. My bestie versus my baby daddy. Cardinals at Vikings. I'm gonna go Vikings at home. It's June.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Vikings on this. If they would have played in Arizona, I would have went Arizona.
Frank.
I'm going Vikings.
Nikki.
Vikings.
You need to have a talk with Justin Jefferson June and say, I know you want all the other players to get 100 yards, but I need you to get 100 yards. You know?
Oh, that's what Sal did. It's messed up.
Forget that guy. Forget Jefferson. He cost me money last week.
That's why I say you need to have a talk with him before Sunday. All right. Next, we have Titans at Commanders. Commanders lost and Titans won last week. Frank.
Which one you said again?
Titans at Commanders.
Titans at Commanders. I'm going Commanders.
Remember, Eckler got a concussion.
Yeah, he's out, but I'm gonna go Commanders. I'm gonna go Commanders.
I'm gonna go Commanders because they still got Brian Robinson Jr. June.
Washington.
Nikki.
Commanders.
Nikki, come in the camera so we can see your face.
I'm sweeping now, but Commanders.
Next, we have Bucks at Panthers. Frank.
I'm going Bucks.
Yeah. June.
Bucks.
I'm also going Bucks.
What? Not supporting your dude? Okay.
No, I'm still rooting for the Panthers. And Nikki.
Yo, this is crunch time.
I'm going for Bucks.
Okay, next we have Rams at Saints. I went Rams house. June.
What was it? Rams and who?
Oh, Saints.
Shit. You said Fins?
Saints.
Oh, Rams.
Frank.
You know it's crazy on Sal's picks. I put Saints, but Son's telling me to go Rams.
I wanted to pick the Saints.
Oh man, shit. We'll go Rams. That's fine.
Nikki.
Rams.
Okay, next we have Eagles at Ravens. I went Eagles. Frank.
I went Ravens.
Okay, Nikki.
I'm going Ravens.
June is going Eagles.
Bird game.
And then on Sunday night, we have 49ers at Bills. I went Bills. Frank.
Bills.
Nikki.
Yeah.
June.
Bills.
And then on Monday, December 2nd, we have Browns at Broncos. I went Broncos. Frank.
Oh, goodness.
Broncos.
June.
I'm going to go with the Browns. I don't think that the Broncos they let me down last game.
Nikki.
I'm gonna go. Damn it, the Brown.
Okay, and that is the end of our picks. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Football starts in exactly 57 minutes, with the first game being the Bears at Lions. Happy Thanksgiving. May everyone enjoy their day today. Give thanks to all the people that you love and everything that you are grateful for and everything you're thankful for. Thank you guys for listening to Frank Presents the Play Call. We are thankful for you guys, and we are thankful for the NFL, because without the NFL, we wouldn't be sitting here every single weekend talking. We are also thankful for our family, our friends, and for life, and just waking up every morning and breathing and being healthy. Please tune in every single week. Follow us on Twitter at The Play Call. Follow us on Facebook at Frank Presents The Play Call. Don't forget to follow all of our other personal social medias. Thanks for listening. I am Bree. Goodbye.
Peace.
Deuces.
Bye.